Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to install and set up Virtualbox with an Ubuntu server. Now, some prerequisites: you will need at least 4 gigabytes of RAM, but 8 gigabytes is recommended, at least 20 gigabytes of free disk space, and a 64-bit processor with virtualization enabled. Now, a brief introduction. If you've ever wanted to try different operating systems, this is the perfect application for you. It's great for computer science students as we use this a lot, and it'll allow you to run a completely separate operating system right inside your current one without messing with anything on your main computer. This gives you the opportunity to experiment freely, and if anything does go wrong, you can just delete the VM or the virtual machine, and your computer will be exactly as it was before. Whether you're learning Linux, testing software, or just exploring, this is an incredibly useful tool, especially in computer science. By the end of this video, you will have installed VirtualBox and have an up and running virtual machine that's ready to use. So let's get into it. First, you're going to want to go to VirtualBox, their website, but more specifically their downloads page. Like, we're going to want to get their file for installation of their application. So it's going to ask us if we are using Windows, Mac, or a Linux distribution. And in my case, I'm using Windows, so I want the Windows VirtualBox installer. And it's going to have this pop up for your downloads. As you can see, it didn't take very long. I'm going to hit open file so I can run this executable file to install my Windows device. I'm going to hit yes for permissions. Preparing install. I'll hit next. I accept. Next. And you will just default all the way through this. Yes, next, install. It says this will take several minutes, and it probably will take several minutes. It's usually pretty fast though. This won't take too long. Alright, and it is done. You'll hit finish. And now it is installed. We can go back and you can see right here my application has a shortcut right here. It actually just opened on its own. But let's go back. So in order to actually get the Ubuntu server on there, we're going to need the actual operating system itself. So let's go grab it's called an ISO file from Ubuntu download, their website. And we're going to get that Ubuntu server file so we can put it into our virtualization software. We're going to be using 25.10 download, and it's going to automatically start downloading. It'll pop up here. But if it doesn't, guys, you're going to want to hit download now, and that's going to force it to. But that will rarely happen. Usually you'll just get it up here. But as you can see, this is our ISO file. If everything's going as intended, it usually doesn't take too long. And what we're going to do once we do get this is we're going to click the new button because we're going to be making a new virtual machine. And a virtual machine, guys, is basically just like a little computer inside your computer is how you can think about it. So like a little computer. So we'll hit new. So this is going to be our unintended guest OS. Let's do tutorial 1000. Why not? Alright, and you'll hit this ISO image, drop down, and you're going to select which one you want. If you don't see it, you can hit other and try to look for it. But mine's right here in this case, I will select it. You can see 25.10 live server. It is Linux. This is Ubuntu. This is all correct. We'll hit next. All right. And now it's going to be prompting us, like I said, unattended guest OS installation. We have a username, password, and confirmation of the password. We're just going to enter that in. I'll type in my password. Let's see. All right. And then I would always mark this off and make your life a little easier. All right, give username, password, and guest additions. And now, like how I said earlier, it's like a little computer inside your computer. So you're going to want to allocate some resources for this computer. And I would recommend about 4 to 8 gigabytes at least. That'll be about 10 gigabytes. And I'm going to add 4 cores that will speed up the process a little bit. All right. And then you'll hit finish. And now it's going to power on and it's going to start that installation process on its own. So, in a perfect world, you will just sit back and watch it happen. Um, let's see. It will take a little bit, just let it run. There we go. Give her pop up. Alright, now without me hitting anything, it will auto select, but you can also hit enter if you want it to select right away. So now this is the Ubuntu installation process on your virtual machine. Ignore this. You will get error messages once in a while. It is not really anything cause for concern. I've never installed Ubuntu without some type of error message from maybe like the kernel or the OS. It can look alarming, but you kind of just ignore it unless it says kernel panic. But here we are loading. It does say 25.10, so that's a good sign. And a lot of this is just waiting, so we will be waiting here for a little bit. Here is another error, but this is nothing to be really cause for concern. I've seen this across multiple devices, including my own, and it has never impacted my OS at all or virtualization experience, so I would just let it go. Alright, completed socket interaction for boot stage config. That's one of the first messages you get as it starts installing. And you're gonna see a bunch of text start flying through your screen, kind of like how it is now. And as you look through all of these starts and finishes through the installation process, you really just want to wait it out, and it will take a little bit. In my experience, it's probably at least 10 minutes. Okay, finally. So after all of that waiting and all of that text flying through your screen, your kernel has officially installed and you're able to log in and enter your password. So that's what we're going to do. The default was VBlock user, be our login and then our password. And there we go. We are officially in. We have downloaded and installed Ubuntu Server. And that is it. There are a few common issues. If things are not working, I would increase your RAM allocation. I would increase the amount of cords you're using up to maybe four, but at least two. Um, there's settings with Hyper-V for Windows, you can mess with, or ensure virtualization is enabled in your computer's BIOS, excuse me. Um, but yeah, sometimes rebooting the VM works. But yeah, this should be functional. Make directory, hi, YouTube, and then we can cd into hi, YouTube. Yeah, now we are here. We can go back. Everything is functional. Looks good. But yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Rylan March. I hope that this helped you, and I hope you enjoy VirtualBox and your new virtual machine. Good luck with your studies. Good luck with your learning. And that will be it.